The RV rocked violently when another spell struck the other side. "Stop it! I live here!" That's probably what he came to change. Lily leapt toward the driver's side door, jerked it open, and clambered up into the driver's seat. The engine started with a quick turn of the key. She yanked the door to close it, but her assailant grasped the edge and held it open. He sneered at her and cocked his head. "Nothing personal. We're merely cleaning up loose ends." Her instinct enabled her to react much faster than he did. She released the door and delivered a shimmering blue wave of a stun spell directly at his head, close enough that she couldn't possibly miss. He looked like he was about to sneeze, but his eyes rolled back in his head and he fell like a stiff board. His head struck the concrete floor with a crack that made her wince. That was personal. Sorry, but at least you won't remember the last 12 hours when you wake up. She pulled hard again on the door to slam it shut, put the Winnie into reverse, and tried to drive like someone who hadn't just been in a witch fight in the middle of downtown Charleston where anyone could see. Almost being burned to a crisp didn't exempt her from having to stop at the toll booth. She owed $10 for parking there overnight and half the day. Before the Winnebago rolled out of the garage onto Meeting Street, a shadow passed over the unconscious man in the gray suit. The bird pin on his jacket flashed bright silver, and he disappeared. Traffic was light on the quick drive through the heart of downtown. It gave her enough opportunity to check her rearview mirror and both side mirrors every few seconds, for witches instead of other cars. That guy came out of nowhere. What did he mean by cleaning up loose ends? Only when she pulled onto Ashley Avenue did she realize what she was doing. Okay, Romeo's all I have left. Lily nodded and took a deep breath. It's worth another shot now that someone tried to kill me. The Winnebago pulled up in front of the house she hadn't visited for 7 years, and Lily cut the engine. After she smoothed the last strands of blonde hair away from her face, she pulled her keys out of the ignition, stuck them in her purse, and stopped. Yeah, I need shoes. She went briefly back to her room, grabbed the first pair she saw, and shoved them on. I'm not going to hunt for the right pair when I know someone's after me. I only hope they didn't follow me here. The RV side door creaked open, and she took another quick glance in either direction. Every car on the street was parked, and there was no moving traffic. The few people out there walking around midday in a Charleston summer were heading away from her. So far, so good. You can do this, Lily. She tried to keep it together as she stepped up onto the sidewalk, not wanting to draw more attention to herself than the Winnebago had already done. Her attempts were successful until she tripped on some scattered mulch that had escaped the garden in front of the porch. By the time she stood at the front door, and her finger hovered over the doorbell she'd rung hundreds of times as a kid, Charleston's muggy summer heat had already gotten to her. Her blouse felt damp, and the hair at the base of her neck clung to her skin. We're still friends. Lily nodded to encourage herself and rang the doorbell. Maybe this time he'll want to see me. I really need him to see me. Footsteps grew louder from inside the house, and the next second, she peered through the screen door at a man she almost didn't recognize. He opened it and stared at her. "Lily," he said, and he definitely didn't sound happy about it. Wow. She swallowed and studied him with a mixture of curiosity and appreciation. Hi. You look amazing. Dark curly hair tumbled over Romeo's forehead and almost into his green eyes. There was a lot of muscle in his tanned arms, and not much left of the imagination beneath his white t-shirt. And he was probably a foot taller than the last time she'd seen him. It's been a while, huh? Romeo